So, we all thought that we would be getting Persona 6 announced with the 25th anniversary events going on. Sadly though, this has turned out to not be true, and while I am slightly disappointed, I also understand that it does take time to make a great game. I mean, obviously Atlus has made a ton of success with Persona 5. I mean, Persona 5 Royal alone has sold over 1.8 million copies, and that's not even including the sales of Strikers or the base game. Overall, it's said that Persona 5 has sold upwards of 5 million copies. This is double the 2.5 million that Persona 4 has sold. So now that the Persona series has jumped more into the mainstream, the standard for their games has also taken a jump as well. And typically when the standard for a game jumps as high as Persona's has, it takes a little more time to get the next installment out. Atlus is trying to make sure they put out the absolute best game they can because they want to retain the customers they gained from Persona 5's success. If I'm being honest, I'm just glad that we're lucky enough for them to announce that they'll be porting out all the games to all consoles while we wait. And with all that being said, the point of this video is for me to give my top 6 things that I would like to see in Persona 6. You may agree or disagree with the 6 things I put in this video, and whichever side you're on, I want you to leave your top feature you want to see in the comments below. Also, before we get into the first feature, I want to remind you guys to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more Persona content. Let's get into the first category. So if there's one thing we all know about the Persona franchise, it's that once you max a social link or confidant, it's basically pointless to ever hang out with that person again. I really hate this part of the Persona games because I want to be able to hang out with my favorite characters and learn more about them even after I max their social link. And I don't think the solution to this is making the social links go higher than 10 or anything, but I do feel like there needs to be some kind of incentive to hanging out with your already maxed social links. For me personally, just having a unique date with a girl or dialogue would probably be enough to make me want to hang out with them even after I max their social link. For example, if I am already dating Rise and I want to be able to hang out with her, I need to have more unique dialogue, kind of make hanging out with a max social link something similar to like the Christmas dates or something else. Now I understand that they won't have the time to put in a unique cutscene for every day of the game or anything, but maybe have the character have the exclamation point over their head or something whenever there is a new date available. Also, incentivize doing these extra hangouts. Maybe the character can give you a unique item, or you can get a stats boost to all future fused personas of whichever specific arcana that character represents. I understand this adds a decent amount of work to the development team, but they've also had almost 6 years now to develop the game, so I'm just saying the expectations are going to be high. This category is pretty self-explanatory. I would like to see Persona 6 allow the protagonist to choose whether or not they want to be in a homosexual relationship. While there should maybe not be a reason behind doing this, I think it could honestly help do some repairing of their relationship with the LGBTQ community, since they weren't too happy with the way Naoto or Kanji were handled in Persona 4. I've heard several other people asking for this feature to be added as well, and while I personally don't see Atlus adding it, I hope that they will. The only thing I'll say is that they will need to be careful when adding this feature because they don't have the best track record when it comes to dealing with homosexuality. I strongly recommend they bring in several people to review these aspects of the game's social links to make sure that they don't accidentally offend anyone. Also, if you need proof that people actually want this feature to be added, then check out Literal Maverick's video on why Persona 5 needed gay relationships. Actually, more importantly, check out the comments section of that video and see just how many people actually really agree with the addition of this feature. Oh boy, the mascots. A lot of people have said, oh, we don't need a mascot for Persona 6, and I understand your frustration because I too didn't enjoy Morgana constantly forcing me to go to sleep when I needed to be out working on social links or doing laundry or something. But the fact of the matter is the mascots of Persona help sell the game and the merchandise, so it's best that you just go ahead and accept the fact that there will be a mascot for Persona 6. With that being said though, I do think that they need to do a better job of making a more likable mascot. I didn't really care much for Teddy, but he fit in with the theme of Persona 4, and Morgana was just really annoying, with constantly sending me to bed as well. Honestly, I think that we need a mascot somewhere between Aigis of Persona 3 and Teddy of Persona 4. One who's not annoying like Teddy, but gets a little more screen time than Aigis. But if I'm being honest, I feel like we're probably going to get another mascot somewhere between like Morgana and Teddy. I don't really see us getting another Morgana, somebody that's constantly controlling our life. but I also don't see us getting anything like Aegis because she was a little bland for the Persona series. And I don't want you guys to think I'm throwing shade at Aegis either. I actually really like her as a character. I'm just saying in today's Persona games like 4 and 5, we kind of have a more lively and vibrant, overdone mascot, and that's just not what Aegis was. This next category is something I really want to see implemented, and that is customization options for my character outside of battle. We've always been able to wear some different outfits in battle, but I want this option outside of battle as well. And let me preface this all by saying I do not want a custom character. I only want to be able to customize things like clothing and maybe hairstyles on the character that the game gives me. The set character model is sort of a staple of the Persona franchise, and I don't want that to be changed. I simply want to be able to change clothes and maybe get a haircut or change the way I style my hair. I don't think this one is too much to ask for. I just hope that they don't try to turn it into some sort of microtransaction. I want to be able to go into the clothes store at the mall or something and be able to see new clothes on my character so that I can buy them with the yen I earn in battle. I don't want to pay $5.99 out of my pocket in real life for a new outfit. I do fear though that the way the gaming world is going, that if we do get this feature that it will be microtransactioned, and I do not want to see that. I really hope Atlus doesn't fall into that trap, so let's just all hope for that and see how it goes. So this next category is something that a lot of you guys probably don't care about, but for me, I would like to see it make a comeback. And that is that in Persona 3, we were able to choose what kind of weapon we wanted to use. Two-handed sword, one-handed sword, fist, and bows were all options, and I liked having that option. Now I get that having this option doesn't really matter the way it did in Persona 3 because physical attacks have just been dumbed down to one category, but I do like the idea of being able to use whatever type of weapon I want. I personally don't feel like having different physical damage categories is necessary to be able to justify giving us a weapon option. I honestly think it would be okay if the only thing that the different options had to offer were different damage and accuracy ratings. I get that this probably isn't a huge deal for most players, but I still think it would be a cool feature that they should bring back. Also, just a side note, don't do like Persona 4 and pretend to give us the option for two different weapons if we really only have the option of two-handed swords again. Not cool, Persona 4, not cool. And for my final category, I have something that we already have in Persona 5, I know. And that is giving experience to inactive party members. The main reason I'm adding this as a category is because it is very common for RPG games to not have this feature, and I just don't want to see us devolve back to the old ways of Persona 3 and 4 where we're just stuck with the same old party members all the time because our old party just gets way behind in level. I actually really like the system that Persona 5 implemented, where it incentivizes you to level up a specific confidant in order to improve the amount of experience your inactive party members get. I would like to see this same system reused, honestly. Well guys, these are my 6 ideas of features I'd like to see in Persona 6. If you have any different ideas or like some of the ideas that I gave, then let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you made it this far into the video, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Persona content. One other thing, if you have any game recommendations or video ideas for me, then feel free to leave those in the comments as well. Anyways guys, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Peace.